Hi, good evening, guys. Claudia Williams. I'm a holistic mindset coach and I help individuals break free from negative mindset, overwhelm, uncertainty, and burnout. And I help them to move forward from a position of strength rather than fear. And today I would like to speak about issues. How can you manage or work with your issues? That is one of the questions that I have been asked this week. Now, Claudia, how do I work with my issues? So I think it's a wonderful conversation because we are all bombarded with our own issues. We all have issues in our lives, but the question is, how do we manage, how do we work with our issues that we can understand how to maneuver through it in a calm way? And that can be a bit perplexing if you don't know how. So my question to you is, how do you manage your issues? How do you work with them? Or are you avoiding them? Or are you numbing out your pain with alcohol? Or are you sitting in front of the TV with a bowl of popcorn and a glass of Coke every night because you don't want to look at your issues? Or are you projecting your anger and your pain because it's so painful to hold on to those issues and it's affecting you mentally, physically, spiritually, in every area of your life, because you, my friend, are a whole being. And if you are not working with your issues, it is going to affect you. And if you are not working with it, it will affect you, your psychology, it will affect your biology, and it will create anxiety, it will create stress, it will create burnout, it will create a lot of things in your life that you are going to not like. So my question for you is, are you working with your issues from a place of strength? And I think that is a much better question to ask, is how do I work with my issues from a place of strength? Because if we are just kind of, numbing our pain, if we are avoiding, if we are projecting, we are not really working with our issues from a place of strength. We are working with our issues from a place of fear. And when we are asking ourselves that question, it allows ourselves to understand how to take mindful action from a healthy sense of self, which comes from the aspect of self, which is the adult self. And that is an aspect of you. And that adult self is a term that we use in psychology. It's a term that therapists use. I use it. And I help my clients understand and differentiate between the different aspects of self so that they can manage their lives in a confident and empowered way. So what is the adult self? The adult self is a part of you that is confident. The adult self is a part of you that will move through fear even though they are feeling it quite heavy. The adult self is a part of you that won't shame yourself. The adult self is a part of you that won't guilt trip yourself each time. The adult self is a part of you that does not have or does not honor a critical mindset. The adult self is a part of you that is quite healthy and knows exactly what actions to take. So this is such a wonderful and such a powerful point that I'm making. Instead of, using your coping strategies in order to kind of work with your issues, just remember that is not going to help you, and it's going to keep yourself in a constricted place, bound by fear. The question I would like you to ask yourselves when you're going through a challenging time in your relationship, at work, with your children, with yourself, is to ask yourself, how can I work with this issue from a strength, from a place within myself that is full of strength? And I think when you can ask yourself that question, how can I move forward in my life from a place of strength? Or how can I deal with my issues from a place of strength? I think that will allow you to detach from your issues. That will allow you to open up your heart. That will allow you to have another perspective, because you are moving yourself from the victim mindset into the empowered mindset, into the mindset that is whole, into the victor mindset. Okay, and the next thing I invite you to do is to understand your triggers. 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with bipolar. I was going through a lot of chaos in my life. I was finding life really challenging. There was a point in my life that I thought, well, what's the point? I might as well just go. And that time I could not afford, that's my old money story. I couldn't afford to see a coach or therapist. The therapist that I was seeing didn't really resonate with me. So basically, for me to work with my issues, I had to ask myself, how can I work with my issues from a place of strength? How can I work with my issues from a place of clarity, instead of how can I project this pain because I'm trying to deal with it? So that is such a different way of looking at things. And I invite you to ask yourself that question today. If you're going through some issues, how can I work with this issue from a place of strength? So I want you to really take that in, and also understand that, your issues is a reflection, is an opportunity for growth. And in order to understand your issues, you got to understand, your pain, what is causing you pain, and to know that underneath the pain lies the gift that is coming from the issue. Okay? So, yeah, I hope you guys resonate with this, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for joining me. Bye.